Okay, we are somewhere on the south Belchertown Amherst town line, and this is the approximate location of Norwich Junction. The junction was approximately right about there, where the B&M track came off the Central Vermont and went back onto its own right-of-way, which, as you can see over there, is paved for a bike path. John reading the paper. So this is where the Boston and Maine trains would come off the Central Vermont line and go back onto their own road the rest of the way to Northampton. So right around here, as we say, is Norwich Junction, and our next stop is the South Amherst Norwich station. Okay, this was the site of the South Amherst Norwich train station after the B&M left the Central Vermont line. It's now on its own right-of-way, and this is where it starts to widen its gap between the two tracks and really starts to go off into oblivion while the Central Vermont goes off to Amherst Center. And there we see the trail. They're redoing it over, so I guess it's only open on the weekends. And this is where the Norwich South Amherst station was, despite the fact that this post here says Lawrence Station. And the only Lawrence station I know of is in Lawrence, which is over 100 miles away. So, but the Central Vermont is over there, getting further away, and so we won't be seeing much of it anymore. The Central Mass is now on its own grade. And onward we go as we're getting closer and closer to Northampton. Okay, we're still in South Amherst, and we're here at the Southeast Road Bridge. As you see, people are using the rail trail today. And there's the bridge. They used to carry the Central Mass over this little road here that goes from South Amherst to East Village in Amherst. And as we can see, some construction worker here as they spruce up a rail trail. There's a little house right there. I wonder if this is their driveway. But there's the trail looking back towards the Norwich South Amherst station. And over here is the bridge. And there's another bridge on the other side that carries the trail over a nice river. So I'm just going to walk up there so we can see what we can see. Okay, we're here at the Amherst station site, which is now a lumber company, it looks like. Business, so railroad still would have had a customer here if they had decided to keep the train going through here. But this is Amherst station. Used to be 3 or 4 tracks in here. And as we turn around and look now westward, because the track's not going north-south anymore, it's going east-west. So we're looking westward, whatever, and that way to Hadley and Northampton. And of course the way I was pointing before is to Belchertown and points east. And this is Route 116. Amherst Station. Okay, we're at the Woodside Road Bridge here in Amherst, and that's the trail going westward towards Northampton, and we're getting closer and closer to the end. Right over there you see the Amherst College athletic fields, and then over here you see the rail trail going eastbound back towards South Amherst and Norwich Junction. And so this is Willow Street. This is the Willow Street Bridge in Amherst, and it's only open to pedestrians. You can't drive your car over this bridge. So now we're moving on into Hadley. Yeah, we are in Hadley, South Maple Street, and this is the approximate location of the East Hadley Station. You see nice wide open fields here. Makes very scenic spot for the rail trail. And
it's sometimes just.
this is where the Central Mass crossed over, and you see it's been converted back to the rail trail. Well, not back to the rail trail, but to a rail trail. And looking back that way is towards the Route 9 underpass and Hadley Center. And so, don't know exactly where the station was, but this is where it was at South Maple Street. So here we are. We've made it to East Hadley. We're almost there, almost to the end, Northampton. And we are here in Hadley, Massachusetts, and here's the Hadley Freight House that's sitting here. Hadley Depot would have been a few feet to the east of it, down there, but the building's no longer here. Hadley Station's gone. But this is looking east, back towards Amherst. And even though the sign here says Hadley Depot, this is really the freight house. Hadley Depot no longer exists. Too bad. And right over here, just a few feet down from where I'm filming, is a mile marker. We are 3 miles from the end of the official bike path, but not 3 miles from the end of the official railroad. That ends at Northampton Station, which is probably about another 2 miles. So we got about 5 more miles to go in this 104-mile railroad. So I think we're at mile 99. So onward we go to Hadley Common, which is just down the way there where those people are. Okay, we're here at Hadley Common, which is right here in the center of town, Hadley, Massachusetts. And we see this is where there was a double crossing, and the track came right across the common. Very unusual for a town to allow a railroad to cut through its own common. And we are continuing to look west towards Northampton, and we're getting there, slowly but surely. I think our next stop will be in Northampton. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the city of Northampton, Massachusetts. This bridge goes over the Connecticut River, connecting the township of Hadley with the township of Northampton and the city of Northampton. And this is where the Central Mass came across and finally entered Northampton. You see this beautiful iron bridge still stands today. People still cross it, ride their bikes over it, walk over it, although we would rather see a train go over it. Right there you see.
That's right.
Connecticut River. ignore John's political commentary. And here's a little road sign telling people what they can find in which direction. So we're going to go to the left of your screen towards downtown Northampton, into the city of Northampton, and finish the Massachusetts longest branch line of the Boston and Maine, the central Massachusetts. Okay, we're here at 8th Street in Northampton. That's looking back at the Connecticut River where we were a few minutes ago. And this is the railroad crossing, now a bike path crossing. And there's the bike path going west, heading towards Northampton Tower and the junction with the Connecticut River line. It was from there to Northampton Station that the Mass Central used trackage rights on the Connecticut River line to get to their Northampton station. So we are almost done, folks. Almost done. Okay, so here we are. It's still in Northampton at Bate Street. That's where the bike path is coming in. That's where the right-of-way came in. And the tracks, I don't know if they crossed at grade or on a bridge, but there's the Connecticut River line right on the other side of this hill. And this is where Northampton Tower used to be. Northampton Tower marked the junction, the junction of where the Central Mass came in and met the Connecticut River line. Then from here to Northampton Station, they used the trackage right on the Connecticut River line. So folks, we have one more stop to go in our documentary and in our film history of the Central Mass, and that's to show where it ended, Northampton Station in the city of Northampton, Massachusetts. We're almost there, folks. Union Station here in Northampton, Massachusetts. Our final stop. This is where the Central Mass terminated. Right here. And there are the tracks. Right over there. And Central Massachusetts Railroad, which then became Massachusetts Central Railroad, then a branch line of the Boston and Maine. Well, first of the Boston and Lowell, then the Boston and Maine. Ended right here in Northampton. And this is it, folks. The 104 miles from Alewife in Cambridge right here to Northampton. The Central Massachusetts Railroad. Hope you've enjoyed watching this multi-part film series. And there's still more abandoned railroads to come, but this one was the longest. So again, thanks for watching, and watch out for John Razuk's documentary on this Central Mass. So this is JPH 0917, thanking John Razuk, who's been with me throughout all this filming. Signing off, until next time.